Robinson Show, we are back with Lucas Corvatta.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Going good. How are you, Lucas? Comedian, actor, and inventor of Wiggats from Albuquerque.
Yeah. Life is good. No complaints.
Well, are you used to almost like distancing since you grew up on a farm, correct?
Yes, I grew up on a farm, and I'm really not used to the distancing. This is something rather new. I'm used to coming to the farm and then leaving, coming for a week or two and then going out and working and living. I had a place in Santa Fe, and so I was used to coming and going and living in Vegas and stuff, and so traveling quite a bit. This is the first time I have been here for such a long time since I was a kid. So this is rather new. Used to jet setting and doing my thing. So this is very new to me. Yeah, but it's fun. Making the best of it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
What are you getting put to work? Like, what's the hardest thing you've done on the farm?
What's the hardest thing I've done? I built a chicken coop about 4 weeks ago. So I am now the self-coined Chicken King hashtag, and that was probably the hardest thing I've done in a while. I broke like every single nail I had. I sprained my thumb. I hit myself with hammers. I jacked up a toe. Like, I have more injuries on me than probably Betty White has had on Golden Girls. It's crazy. I've had so much go on just making that damn chicken coop, but the little ducks love it. They're quacking around. They don't give a shit.
That's all that matters. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. I feel like building a pigeon coop or a chicken coop is what I do when I masturbate. I feel like I know the pain. I know the pain.
Yeah, is that where you go to masturbate? Is that what you're saying? Because I feel you on that one. Literally.
What have you been hoarding though, Lucas? Have you stocked up on anything for these crazy
this is something that a lot of people don't know, but I have probably been a prepper for about 3 years now.
Oh.
And, every time I'd come to the farm, I'd do something, and I kept telling my parents, we got to prepare. You don't know what's coming down the line. We just don't know. Times are a little bit crazy. And then I watched a little too much of doomsday preppers, and so I kind of got into that mode of like, we've got to start saving stuff. And so we kind of started doing that about 3 years ago. Luckily we have, like I said, ducks, chickens, we've got lambs, not for the reason they have them in Mississippi, but for actual purposes. And so we started just slowly prepping, kind of awkwardly. Y2K, I remember that happened, and I told my parents, we don't know what's coming down the road, and so we kind of started doing that, and it just kind of worked out. Like, we have everything that we need. I mean, we live on a big, not a huge farm, but a decent sized farm, and so it kind of just worked out. And we're one of the fortunate ones, to be quite honest. Self-sustaining farm, we're kind of fortunate, and I mean, my heart goes out to the people that don't have.
Yeah,
and,
I got family members that hit me up, and it was maybe a month into like this thing started. They couldn't find stuff, and I'm fortunate enough to work in a place where I could, and it's like I'll get it for you guys. Like it's rough.
You're the hookup man.
Yeah. That's what I said. I said, you better put a shrine to me in your bathrooms. Like, think about me when you wipe, guys, because you're getting this from me.
That's right. You're the insider trading of Martha Stewart.
I'm like the patron saint of wiping your butt right now.
Yeah, the patron saint. That's right. The patron saint of toilet paper. That's for sure.
But Lucas, I wanted to say though, like, I just never expected a year to suck so badly in 3 months as this year has. This has been worse than all the other years put together, I feel.
Hindsight is 20/20.
Dude, yeah.
I had no clue either. We had just finished doing the Santa Fe Film Festival, and that went over splendidly. We had a great outcome, a lot of turnout. It was a fabulous event, and it was like, boom, the week after, this all hit, and nobody was really expecting it. And so luckily we got through that week, but after that, every single gig I had got canceled. All the comedy gigs, I had 4 or 5 lined up in April, and got cast for two roles. And fortunately, those are still on. They've just postponed. So I'm really fortunate for that. One of them I want to give a shout out to is Rainbow Clouds. It's a film that I got cast for in a lead role. Where 6 individuals basically come together. They all have this coming together in room 341, a hospital room. It's about the AIDS epidemic in the 1980s. And so one of my character is one of the leads that gets the first drug that is made available to AIDS patients. It's called AZT. And so that's one of the projects that I'm working on. And I want to let your listeners know, if they can, go to our Facebook page. It is called Rainbow Clouds ABQ. And just like it, spread the word, spread the message. It's something that is still prevalent and still, it's still out there. It hasn't gone away. And and so more people need to be made aware of it. And it's not just something that I want to point out to your listeners, is it's not just a gay thing. For the longest time, and out of Ronald Reagan's mouth, he said it's not an American thing, it's a gay thing, it's their thing, but it's not.
No,
it is a worldwide. It's a worldwide epidemic. It's horrible, and it can affect everyone. And so it goes through the lives of 6 different individuals that were in that hospital room, and how AIDS affected them and their families.
Wow.
And when I read the script, and I'm going through the supermarket, I'm going through the store now, it kind of has that eerie feeling that the script had, because individuals during that time didn't know what it was, how it can be caught. They thought that you could get it. Of course, you can get a coronavirus through coughing, through talking, through all of that. But they thought AIDS was the same thing, and so everyone shunned them. They were looked upon like they had leprosy, and nobody wanted to touch them or work with them. And, it was very demeaning and so demoralizing. And so now living through this, through the COVID virus, it kind of has that feeling. And although you could never compare the two because they're two separate things, but it does have that eerie feeling.
At first, I heard a couple of people compare it to that, and in my head, I'm like, it's not the same. But as you're saying, and I've thought over the weeks, it is kind of on the same level. It is kind of on the same level.
Yeah, people don't know what to think of it, and we don't know what. And so that incites fear, because we don't know what it actually is and how it can hurt us, or what it can do. And it was the same thing for AIDS back in the day, as people did not know, and because of the lack of education and the lack of knowledge across the board, people kind of freaked out, and instead of having sympathy, and they kind of went the opposite end. And humans do that. We do that as humans. We don't know what to do, and we don't know how to feel about it, because it's something so new.
How do you feel, though, Lucas? Like, I feel like I never believed the original story of AIDS, like the origin story where they said a monkey and a man. I don't believe the bat and a guy eating a bat. I don't believe that on this thing either. I don't know what to believe. I'm not saying, like, a government created this, but I just don't believe the folklore.
Well, my theory was, when I first heard of coronavirus, I thought it was and who knows? Of course, I've got my conspiracy theories, and my theory was that it was a biological warfare, and it was made in a lab, and
cultivated, because it was something just for bats. But I just feel like if I eat a big fucking hot dog, it's not gonna make everybody die. It's not gonna make everybody sick. It's gonna be in my toilet bowl. It's gonna be in my toilet bowl or a bucket. Like, it's not going to kill anybody. Like, that's how I feel.
You did a bat shit on your hot dog today. I mean, come on, guys. I know you.
Yeah, I'll eat that goddamn hot dog. That's special sauce. That's good. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. Yeah.
I had actually heard that there is evidence too that China was like covering up the spread of it, and that even what are they called, the WHO?
Yes.
They were helping them like cover
it up their end of it. Yeah, so that's not cool.
You know, I think you cannot really trust the Chinese government. I think they don't give out all the information. They're I believe they're very selective.
Yes.
And back in it was 2000, I guess it was about 2002, I was in Hong Kong, and it was around the time SARS had come out. And while I was out there, it was, people are very clean. I got to say that, this is not a Chinese virus. Like, anyone can get it, anyone can have it. The fact that it may have started there is something totally different. But you don't go I love my Asian friends, and you don't go and berate them. That's just stupid, and that's not right. But, it may have started there. But when I was there during the SARS event, people were very clean, and people just gave other people space, and it was just a normal thing for them to do. It was like, oh, okay, you don't spit on the floor. You don't just throw your gum out there on the street. You would get fined if you did that.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just the common decency. It's just decency.
Yeah.
Wash your hands. I saw people wearing masks and gloves and stuff, and so for me that was like, okay, we've got to get back to that, or we've got to get to that. I spent about 2 months in Asia during that time, and people were just clean, but I do think that they did not give out all the numbers, and that's my theory, is they weren't as truthful as they should have been.
That, and like you just said, I feel so many people here are just dirty. They don't wash their hands after using the bathroom or whatever. I'll wash my hands and then I'll use a napkin or a paper towel to open the door. I don't even touch the door handle.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. Like, you're talking to a true gay. If I did not wash my hands and take a shower almost every day, then, take away my gay card. Actually, this is the first time in my life that I have not showered almost every single day. Like, I have gone, because I'm on the farm, and I'm kind of like, I'm not sleeping around. This is also new for me. I've not been with anyone in like 2 months. I'm going crazy. The people are starting to look at me funny. They're like, I don't know about you. But, this is probably the first time that I haven't showered every single day of my life. And I don't know, it's kind of bizarre. I have to shower at least every 4 days, because otherwise I start to really grow hair and then start to itch, and it feels like, where's my crack pipe, People probably think I'm on something because I'm itching so much.
Yeah.
But, it's just be clean,
Yeah, that, and I kind of envy, though. I kind of envy people that can just, like, if I had a week off, I probably wouldn't shower every day. I'd just be sitting playing video games. Like, I gotta go to work every day, and I kind of would like a week or two off. Not that I want the virus.
Able to sit there in your smolder.
Yeah, just sit in my filth. Eat those Cheetos and play that, watch a Netflix, play the PlayStation. Like,
sure.
Yeah. What, Lucas, I wanted to ask, though, on Furries the movie, how far had it gotten into production?
Furries the movie, I believe it finished production about a month before we were about to start filming. I basically sold out and left the production. We had some differences of idea on how to produce the film.
Okay.
The executive producer and I, we had a difference of opinion.
Okay.
And my opinion is right, because I've been filming for over a decade, and he had not. But
I agree.
So I cashed out. I left. I c'est la vie, and they went on to do the production. The film did get finished. I'm still friends with the director, and it came to fruition, and now I believe it's edit. They took my furry card away, so I'm no longer allowed to be a furry.
Can I give it back to you right now? Can I endow you with that what is it called? I'll give you the power. I'll give you the power of furries right now. I will dub ye. I will dub ye a furry if you want, Lucas.
Dub me, yes, dub me a furry. Thank you. You will knight me a furry. Yes. I appreciate it.
You've been excommunicated from the furry community.
You're the only furry we recognize at the Rob and Slim Show, Lucas.
I am the first furry. Well, thank you so much. I am so glad, and I do take the badge of honor of being the first furry, and you have now been divergenized by a furry. So there you go.
All right. I can't deny, Lucas, your Amy Winehouse picture is something I might be looking at later tonight. You looked all right.
Oh, really? Okay, good to know. That picture has become actually, I have had a lot of reaction to that. I have had some guys say, "Oh, I'd hit that," and I'm like, "What the fuck? I would not hit you unless I was slapping you at the back of my hand, you douche." Anyhow, I've had a lot of reaction to that, and it's been
great.
Really fun.
You look great.
Been really fun.
Yeah.
I do love his profile pic right now. That's his Chicken King.
Oh, the chicken! I did see the Chicken King pictures. I love the Chicken King pictures.
You got a dog in one arm and a chicken in the other.
Yep, I've got my boxer in one arm and a little chicken in the other, and they're fantastic. That's something that I haven't done since I was a teenager. I used to raise a lot of poultry. And so I was like, well, I'm going to be here for a couple months. Bring out the chickens, folks. So I started raising them, and they are just every single morning at 6 in the morning, my ass is up and out there feeding them. I am up with the chickens, feeding them. And I call them. They come to the fence. They know my voice. They just, they really do love me. So
did you get sucked in, Lucas, by the Tiger King? Did you get pulled into that world like we did?
Oh, are you kidding? I watched it all in one sitting. I was on crack watching that. I could not fall asleep.
God damn, I love that. I didn't see the extra episode yet. I heard it's only just an interview.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's it's nothing. Okay, it's a follow-up.
Yeah.
But did she kill her husband? That's what I want to know.
I think she did.
I think so.
There's too much pointing in that direction.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. She got millions of dollars and she didn't go out looking for him.
Yeah.
She fed him to the tigers.
She also did that video where it was how to get rich, hard work, or an accident. She did that video and they showed a clip of it.
And there's a country music video of her feeding her husband's meat to a tiger.
Yeah.
Seen that?
I've seen that video.
Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, he's batshit crazy.
Yes. They all are, but I feel he's the least of all the evils in the whole equation. Oh.
Well, she's doing it as she's, the martyr, and I think she's trying to act like she's a Mother Teresa of cats. Bullshit.
Yeah.
She shot her husband and fed him to the tigers, and look at her. She's worth millions of dollars off of her cats.
Yes.
She's doing the same thing, exploiting them just like everybody else. She's not a martyr, and she's not doing anything better.
Her farm or zoo or whatever looked worse than some of the others. Like the little space the animals had to put their head through for food or water. It looked almost abusive.
You're like, what?
Makes no sense.
They have to get into a cage to eat?
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you call yourself animal rights and I rescue tigers, big cat rescue, but you have them in fucking cages? Like you said, the same fucking shit.
Or worse conditions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she's taking donations and money. Come on. You know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of an evangelist preacher on television.
Yeah.
She's doing the same thing and trying to do it under the guise of a nonprofit and, oh, look at me, whatever.
Yeah.
She did it.
Yes. She's a piece of shit. Absolutely. But I feel like Joe's got to get out.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to get him out of prison.
What is your opinion on Joe Exotic? You think he's kind of? Do you think he's a good guy or you think he's a piece of shit?
I think everyone has a piece of douchebaggery, and then everyone has a good side to them as well.
Yeah.
You know what? I am surprised. I am really surprised that I never dated his ass, because I would probably have been.
I might for a tiger, for a fucking tiger and whatever drugs he had. I don't know. That might be. If I were 20, I don't know, Lucas.
Well, maybe Lucas
for me,
and
I'm allergic to drugs, but
What?
but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't have sat my ass next to a tiger. I mean, come on, you're sitting next to a tiger.
but maybe you
blowing
can
shit up?
maybe you could shed some light on his husbands that were like, we're not gay, but we're sleeping with this guy. Like, what is that?
What is the gay for pay? Is that what it is? The gay for pay?
Yeah, it's gay for play, I guess. They were very bizarre. I think deep down, they have some issues.
Yeah.
Because to play gay for meth, I mean, that's some hardcore stuff. You must really love your meth if you're going to play gay and take one from a dude.
Yeah.
That's some intense stuff. But the latter one, the last one, I think he's definitely a hottie. What really broke my heart was the guy that committed suicide.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But was that an accident? Like, I kind of took it as he didn't think it was gonna go down that way, because like he had it pointed to the other guy at first, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and he said, there was nothing in the chamber, and you can't fire a gun, and that was really sad, and that's when it really, I think, brought the humanity back, and it was like, oh wait, these aren't just fictional characters, because they're so out there. They think fictional.
Dude, I felt Lucas. I felt like Sacha Baron Cohen was gonna come out from behind a curtain and be like, "Jokes on you," because this is like the new Borat.
Right, they're gonna shoot the gun, and a little flag was gonna pop out.
Yes.
What? The one thing that I think it did do was it brought, and I don't think they meant to do this, but it happened. It was happenstance that I think it shed light on how big the exotic animal business is in America. And, granted, if you have 200 cats and you have the place to keep them and you're feeding them properly, I mean, there's more cats apparently in America than there are, captive than there are in the wild.
That was what I found was
crazy. For you, but
yeah. Just the fact that they had more than is out there, and yeah, like you said, the wild.
That's crazy.
But it's kind of like, are they preserving that species as well at that point? Like, it's
right.
a fine
Are they preserving the wildlife, that exotic life?
Yeah.
And so, it's kind of a toss. I don't think that you should take away a person's right. If I want to own a bobcat and it scars my face off, then that's up to me.
Yes.
As it doesn't go around to my neighbors and start doing that. God forbid my little lapdog terrier do that. But so that's my opinion. I think if you're going to do that and you have the place to maintain it, then good for you. And I do think they brought a lot of exposure to that through the film, through the series, without even meaning to.
Yes.
So in that respect, I think it was a good thing, even though it was great TV.
Yeah, it was. It was. You had to watch. You couldn't look away.
No.
I want to ask you, Lucas. Have you been making any Wiggats style face masks for the virus?
I have not. Wiggats sales were real. Actually, Wiggats sales were pretty good for during the holiday season. I still owe Slim one for his dog, I believe.
My cat.
I don't think I've got his cat. I don't think I've got his address. But they, now everything's done and everything's just kind of low, and that's fine. Who am I to complain, especially when people have it so much harder? So no, Wiggats sales are kind of low.
Okay.
The things I'm looking forward to this year are, comedy's kind of dead for us as well.
Right.
But the things that I'm working on are film projects. I've got several film projects and scripts, probably about, 4 or 5 scripts right now, and then Rainbow Clouds that I'm really passionate about. Because,
sounds amazing.
So I want to give that a shout out again for Rainbow Clouds, because it's something that especially during our time with this epidemic, that in itself was an epidemic, and so people just need to be more aware. And there are drugs out there that if you are going to have unsafe sex, bareback sex is what they call it, then there's drugs out there like PrEP that can help to alleviate, and so that way you won't get HIV, and so you won't get AIDS. People are going to be people, and we're going to have sex, frankly. So there are ways to protect yourself. So if you're not going to be safe with a condom, at least be on PrEP, stop the spread of HIV. But more importantly, it sheds light on what the epidemic was like. And I had a relative pass away from HIV a long time ago, and so that's something that I'm very passionate about, and just want to put that out there to your audience. So by the end of this year, we should be filming that if everything goes well with COVID, and hopefully 2021, 2022, the film will be out there. And when I read the script, I was just crying and bawling because I knew exactly what I didn't know, but I've known of what people went through in that time, and how how devastating it was, especially for individuals who were not out of the closet, and it was so new, and being gay was not accepted at the time.
Yeah,
so
it was like a death sentence at that time.
It was, and it's not just a gay thing. Again,
Yes.
The film goes through 6 different individuals that one of them was gay, the other was a lesbian, the other was a drug user, the other one got it through a blood transfusion. Yes. Another child was born with it because her mother was a drug user. And so it just goes through the different various ways that you can get HIV. And fortunately now people are able to live because of AZT, the drug. And so my character is one of those individuals that went on to live 5 years, or went on to live longer than what was ever expected because of the drug. Of course, Dallas Buyers Club also brought light to the situation and to what they went through. But it was a heavy thing, and it seems like we're going through a heavy thing now.
Yeah.
And so, thank you guys for continuing and doing your show, because people need to know that there's still life once this is over, and it will be over, that there is life and love and hope, and people are still good. That's the best thing is people are still good, and we still love each other. So
thank you, Lucas. We love you, and we love you. We appreciate you coming on just throughout the years.
Yeah.
Like, we could talk to you anytime and just have the best conversations, whether it's the worst situation or whatever. You're awesome.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you to your listeners. Again, Rainbow Clouds ABQ on Facebook. Thank you guys so much for your love and for having me on. I appreciate it. You guys are a joy to talk to.
We appreciate you, my friend. We will talk soon.
Talk soon. Bye, buddies.
Bye, brother. Have a good one, Lucas.
You too. Bye.
Bye.